Hello once more and welcome back to my channel. Knowing closeness is more than merely physical contact. It's involved tapping into the more profound emotional, psychological characteristics of your spouse. In this video, while important locations that women frequently desire for their partners to touch, demonstrating these motions can provoke comprehension's connection. We will also explore the psychology of these preferences, error based on female psychology, Stoicism, and to assist in creating a more deep connection in your relationships. The importance of maintaining eye contact. Click the subscribe button if you're interested and prepared to step up your handling connections and unleash the potential of feng Stoic in your life means that you're in the appropriate location. Each video provides you with one more step toward mental mastery and making deeper, more significant confidence. Let's get going. Okay, this is the harsh reality of closeness is more than simply the physical aspect of it, further into the power of touch and attraction. The domain of trust, fan-thought relationship, and comprehension. You might believe that talk is everything. However, there's a most men overlook this secret weapon of making eye contact. Yes, I am discussing the type of eye contact. It breaks down and cuts through the noise walls and fosters a closer bond marathon. You ever thought of, most likely felt it prior? It's all instances where look her in thighs and the entire world of sappers. It's not about looking ether clumsy like some creep. This isn't the same. This is about those silences when words say run accessory and your eyes are reperforming. It's an unstated amid all speech connection that speaks louder than words. When your eyes meet hers, you could see it resembles a surge in an electric current. That's the power of the E. Between you to contact has the ability powerful due to its honest and draw, and it can help you nearer than you ever imagined. However, the worst part is that eye contact isn't only abdurizing desire. It's also a establishing trust. When you investigate her eyes and she notices that you're completely present, at which point the genuine relationshipers she'll realize you're not meal in it only physically, but also emotionally. It's also about psychological trends. To her thought, she cares that it's not preoccupied you're with her, but you're immersed in your own thoughts in that instant, which is real port. And don't just believe may one say that science supports. They're least triggered by this up contact of oxytocin. The damage that caused fostering love and trust so that each one you meet hergas. You're literally fortify your relationship. It goes beyond simply touching the appropriate places. The goal is to evoke an emotional drutade connection. This is when the Stoic way of thinkingness used to play the Stoics. Where marathon first place, subtle but powerful, just regulating their surroundings, realize that true power comes from controlling how you react to the outside world. And in closeness, that entails being totally available when you gaze at her with goal. When you're not preoccupied with your not considering for afterward. When you're alone with her at that point, you assume commandably at that point you'd menstruate to her thought. You're not merely a man seeking a fast fix, but Simone who appreciates the stronger bond. So the next time you'dn't be afraid to make eye contact with her, Kefir. Look intently and firmly. Give her some impression that you're other when you do. Let her know that you appreciate her. You're not merely disarray. Building a relationship of trust, relationship that transcends the surface heat, which point things truly begin tie. Contact is more than just a technique. That power in the less visible areas. It's revolutionary because on CO Begin, once you've mastered it, you'll see the difference. I assure you, a talent that transcends closeness and will transform how you relate to thirst, how you cultivate connections and a appearance in the globe. And after you discover how to utilize that power, and you'll Boda Pabli. Okay, let's discuss the power is a meeting that most men overlook off contacting the less visible areas. You believe it's all about the typical locations. The locations they very undiscussed are losing out on an entire line degree of connection. Allow them to give you a hefty blow. The truth is that a woman's body has spots that trigger shin properly touched. Response that are far more intense than you may believe that these secret locations airware. Once you figure this out, the magathopin's out. You'll be able to establish stronger matter miss just as much. If you wish to create that intense a connection, you must select your words with caring. No nonsense, no flattery. Just because genuine flattering remarks coming from a location off genuine. Tell her how beautiful sheep is. Certain, but make it personal. What you adore about her and what motivates you. Uri crazy, but it's notly about. Gratitude is always important. Anticipation is fourth place. Ultimate touch point. Crucial observe toe. The hinting or tantalizing what comes next might cause her to cling to every word as an effective strategy fit. Here, you're painting a picture, not just talking a mudge in her head. Gradually gain strength that stress that she ice waiting for discover what comes next, and it begins. Let's discuss pace slowly now. We have you occasionally talk. So you're revealing a secret her alone. It strikes that gentle, personal tone distinct. But don't be scared to change it up to become little stiffer every shift in bold but keep it warm. You may keep her by using your voice completely absorb sharpening her senses in ways that words scan adequately desire. It's the subtle reason shui that is important. Combine thatchantly touching her, perhaps stroking her neck, or oot, your hand on her back. This is the cold truth with passions, something you must comprehend. Soft strokes that have a greater impact than great gestures can be disarmed with words pleasant. But those peaceful private the whispers that give her feelings. Actually sincerely hoped she will recall those she. Remember certains much longer than this isn't about playing anything else. This gammy is about being authentic and deliberate. Ants is where the Stoics and Stoic philosophy believed in having control over your ideas, your behavior, and the influence that you have on other people. It's not simply about regular Tinger speech regarding presenting it with intention. Your words have the power to create chaos or tranquility relationships apparent. You own the ability to produce something to noble. But a demon's master of being totally present to your feelings and use a thought authority to establish a sincere port soth at the following time donorly solely on her, since you're close to her. Physical contact communicates with apropos, using your voice to convey massage. Establish the tone to arouse your desire, since in the end, ultimately, it doesn't matter how much you claim thought about your words and your manner is saw show. Her how you feel ants nobody can in your power, or how tiered her reactions right. Quickly, I a question for Yaub. For we resume, which method do you prefer for creating deep relationship? With a woman I would adore for you to leave a remark. Belowan provides your ideas. Or if you're unsure about what Tazamly type and link will be established in. The briefment paying attention to your viewpoint makes these discussions that far more significant, and at Makista's video even more accessibly, who could find itis full. Therefore, go please take a moment to leave a comment. I'm eager to read your next words. Let's continuance. The finest part is still in front of number 4. Sweetie touches that air more expressive ethne words speaking about your hands there. Not only to be touched, they are rather to forget a brute force or haste when communicating. The strength is in thine tension and accuracy. Imagine that quality is more important than thigh quantity. Each touch is like a brush stroke on her body and the canvas are really masterpiece. Gradual trace of a gentle graze along her back down her stomach, or a gentle pat on her thigh scan establish a stronger bond beyond merely physical. The key is to explore with touch diversity glide off temperature and pressure speed, running your fingers over her flesh or applying pressure. Her back's tiny. These small actions reveal a lot about her. A gentle pat on the neck is your golden zone. A stroke you round her neck or behind it. waves off sensation from the collarbone she won't anticipate. The major shock and dynamisure demonstrating do her distinct. It goes beyond what you may accomplish, how you do it. A slow, methodical stroke when paired with the appropriate pressure produces the taming. A remarkable expense is everything. Let's now introduce this Stow instructed. Behave purposefully and be totally. Note responding rashly in theme. MENT. Your touch need to convey Stoic approach. 2. Physical touch, shaditude. Purposeful, don't, and deliberate tone trowel brush. It's there. So go slowly on let your hand. We'll talk once your complete gentle touch will have a greater significance as opposed to thy Sue is will. You do anything grand, decept it's number 5 and the real power okay behind pleasure if you're second of man who is still here, we are nother to settle for mediocritizins. You're not content with the surface level of enjoyment beyond then next you're seeking depth and insight. Not cheap thrills and genuine bonding, which is what isolates the mind's actual power in intimacy between men and boys. So let's examine the THL. Let's examine FTHL. Like look at this. Let's send me with this. Let's send me land. We all know I've been exploring that me CHL's case. So it's case lads and with KT thrills. And we send my TWELTHL. We send my THL. I case me ATLAT, we awk, AT, we AFK, we see to go to you to see with you, we can eat too. Contrae strength bend it. Most men believeth it pleasurize everything regarding thibity. The hands. The contact moves. But allow me to provide a bit of information. Ruthless intellect weighs the most powerful thing in your mind. I sorgan that interprets each. And a very touch every word to become an expert off skill. But if you're not participating, you're missing the point desire in her view. It all starts with pleasure and fulfillment in the mingier brain Macist's final decision. Woo thrills her what feels. Good what makes her want toast up more if you want to concentrately on her physique elevithus. You'll missed get in touch with first in her mind. And here's the catch is the starting point for serious power complex conversation. Yes, I did say. It well your hidden weapon is talk prior, Tony-iving, physical happening take. The time to learn about her preferences, what turns her on, and what makes her tick, inquire about her dream sand. Establish a secure environment where Esh can express hers more. At ease you'll make her fail. With you in mind, it's simpler to physically unlock her. You're in it meriless, seeking sex that you want to produce. It's an encounter that energizes every aspect of four and their mental health issues. Continue games have Thep award to modifies game as she messaged Satarero's suggestive before you lay a hand on her final thoughts. An outro gives awake, lose about what's going to ate a darl. It's among the most strong Paul thought makes you crave her to feel tensed for the previous moment. It even starts let me share some knowledge stated halooks outside of dreams deepest. Pleasurize evoked inside Ditos not originate from flashy moves that's psychological endomote. Relationship use taplish here. I swear genuine knowing her on a personal level gives you power to poor level. Nor remember that pleasure is notely mental. Does also physical reactive visual stimuli, other than touch and sound effects, softly set the scene lighting that fits the mood. This particular serent mere details they interactivithing feels more alivicus. Of her senses closer and more genuine and anthis is where when Stoicism is applied this. Stoic to do teach self-control over your abilities and incapable of controlling what. They taught a boot presence and comprehension when you're either with your spouse on an emotional level. And you have mental power over the experience, which makes it strong and satisfying on all levels. So keep that in mind when you establish a mental connection with her. Recognize her desires before making contact. Here are not merely making the occasion better. Her when you get proficient, you're changing it. It's the art of mental and physical relationships. You're not merely having your care resulting in an amazing experience. Therefore, this is our incentive. Allow me to drop something. A little reminder, Vittle here, brother. undervalue the mental power in relation conjointment. Viriality is the mental and emotional bond that deepens the understanding the true significance. Oh, if anything else, for sure, it's nice to know all the right moves. But it all depends on how you make her feel. It's a real thing, so Thiga on its head. Aphrodisiac, let's bring to very thing Tigro. Intimacy between two people's marathon. Just what? You're in conclusion binge aware of the important areas where she desires to feel touched intimacies more than simply physical attraction secret. Locations are where onto Yovgera. This out the Maggie Chapin's out will be able to Esteba Bushu stronger bond. It surpasses even the most basic. I'm being gently touched as little of a faint graze down the nape of her back, offer, throat or a light pressure on thigh within. Her wrist, which is unexpected, but these low cushions are quite delicateened when you touch. Them purposefully there, then haphazardly. You're message her in a manner similar to talking with your hands isn't about only following the procedures. It's about giving each action purpose like a quiet dialogue her body recognizes. Okay? Now consider areas such as rear her neck holders or nizer even her earlobes. Me up here, tiny or inimpertinent, but believe. When say it they possess enormous potential. The second place the emotional trigger key is in how you talk them. Occasionally with a gentle touch works far better than going Allen with a solid plaything. Softness and pressure and observe how your body reacts in unexpected ways. However, this is where them realist and doubt-finding hidden spots is more often just making showing her physical pellereer is the goal. That you are there, and that you are concerned enough to examine what truly brings her joy. These locations have a direct connection. Know her mechanism of pleasure, and when you'll bedtain it, yes, you'll ignore more the exterior, and you finish her body will be grateful. No words. Error needed, let's it s, not about playing games. Let's face it, this is about making a deeper connection level that involves looking past appearances. Live encounters that the majority of men are involved in and genuinely conversing with her in some manner that fosters closeness and have faith when you investigate these surprising spots. So are not merely stroking her body, you're making her feel something and thoughts. What distinguishes those who czar from individuals who leave a lasting impression? And here's another strong hairstyle tip for her, may seem easy but managing. You're playing with her hair with her fingers or simply giving it a light pat can feel extra malapat. Such as this extends beyond the physical realm conveys. Concern, affection, connection, which escaming, consoling and demonstrates to your attention and presence. Into her. Therefore, let's go to the next point. Just leave when you're near her. Slow down and take your time. At the typical locations, time and investigate less evident areas. Observe how Urbidius responds, and when you experience mastery, that skill of speaking and thread off delivery, lean into the response it. It's about hurrying or kicking boxes, ensuring that every touch matures. Believe when you begin to take no tough thesu toodle areas, you'll establish a degrowth. Intimacy that she will never forget. So let's bring in some of the Stoics' knowledge. Possess the ability to present and concentrating on the present and exorcising control what you can. In third place, the secret spot most men ignore. The closeness space that entails being totally present, reader hurrying through the physical examination to reach the ultimate objective is tokomihend. The effect of each touch ain't very instant as well as your reaction to it when you do, I'll see that's most profound forces not used to create connections. They're created by being patient and presenting comprehension. So that the next time I'll keep in mind that it's not simply about the obvious locations, focus on the small topics that nobody discusses and the ability to be totally present with sense. Doing so will result in the development of a relationship that's more than just physical, real, passionate, and unforgettable. Okay, so let's be honest for a moment. Discover how to master art of number 3 of your words, and more crucially, how, as you mentioned. Most men don't not assist this, but believe me, It's a game. Share the key is actual contact. Thus, it's crucial. But what realimators is your voice weapon thirster Seth's spoken words? You might ignite Aspark with intention that you didn't even knew it was feasible to consider this. Most men didn't even think a boothier. However, I must say that it's absurdly the appropriate words were whispered at the delicate, the appropriate tone at the proper. Moment can have a significant impact on many males engrossed in the depending on appearance or what should function. I can use that intent and tone, ere what truly make you stand out. Words aren't inly words are instruments, and when utilized, they are deadly whispers, so use them carefully while you're near her. Anything in her ear.